without losing hope, without dying. I'm able to join the dots, and I'm able to see it's not a clear line, but a curve. But this curve is God made, and God has His mark in me through their death.
When did you give your first profession, your final vows, and diaconate, and in which areas?
I did my first profession in Morogoro, Tanzania, on 5th of August, 2018. After intense year of novitiate formation, to integrate the charism of the institute, to know what it entails to be a consolata missionaries. At the end of that year, I made my first religious profession. And from there, that's when I proceeded to Rome for my theological studies. And after completion of my theological studies, I went to Poland. And on 7th of August, on 7th of December, I made my final vows in Turin. That is in 2023. I made my final vows. And later on 17th of December 2023, I received my diaconate ordination at our parish Womianki there, Shvente Magojata, at the hands of Bishop Shimon. And all these are joys, and when I received them, it was a moment of joy. Not that I have achieved, but it's a dream come true. Something that I visioned maybe when I joined seminary, or even before I joined seminary, has come to completion. And even on 23rd of August 2024, when I received my priestly ordination at the hands of Bishop Macau as the first fruit of his ordination, I felt that really God has been faithful all along my journey. Something that was very far, now it was at my hand. Actually, I felt like paradise was here with us. It was beautiful, you always dreamt of it, and here it is at your hand, that you are being ordained and becoming a Eucharistic maker. Something beautiful that you will call Christ, and Christ will come down and you will break Christ to many, and they'll feed through your hands. And even as priests, his work is to bring the people of God and to bring God near, so that we all meet at a center place. So this great work is what I feel like. I feel realized. I'm happy. So far, I feel like I still want to be what I am today. I want to be to continue being a priest, because through it, it's not pride but service. The bottom of it is service. Am I giving the service that I was called to do? I remember when we talked with the Bishop Macau. He told me that, son, you're now becoming a servant, not a leader. You're becoming a servant. And through your service, many will come to know Christ. And that is my take, that wherever I'll go, as now I prepare to go back to Poland for my apostolate and for my other duties that have been assigned to me by the congregation. I feel that this is the bottom line of it. Service. And through service, we will become great in the kingdom of God.
Yes. Since you had mentioned earlier that you've studied in different parts of this world, what different exposure did you get?
Yes, I studied in my novitiate I did in Tanzania, in Morogoro. First encounter Swahili, without we knew Swahili, but we know our Swahili is very poor. When I went there, we stayed almost a month before I could get a word of Swahili, what they were talking about. Anyway, these are always the realities that we get, and others are the shocks of the culture that we get. And I remember when we went to Rome, the first day I arrived in the in Fiumicino. I could not even grasp a word in Italian. And then I saw the world was now ahead of me. It was now to take it or to throw it. And I remember we could go for meetings with the rector of the seminary, and even for 2 hours, 3 hours, and we could not get anything, even a single word. But what I've learned all these years is one is humility. You have to be humbled if you want to learn. Education calls for humility. And if you're humble, you learn so many things. And this is how I have learned that you start from scratch. It's from alphabets, from letters and everything. And everything has to grow. And this is what I can say. The grace of God has always been sufficient for me. With my own struggles with the languages and everything, I've learned that you can grow and you can become. You can also learn new languages through this experience. And also studying abroad means that I encountered maybe big minds, big professors, big scholars, which for me, I was always reading some document from Vatican, and I met these people in face in class, and they were a source of nourishment to my intellect, because this was the purpose, to be there for intellectual nourishment, for intellectual growth, and to engage with this what we call the intellectual debates. And I grew. I understood theology through their hands, through their experience, their teaching. And also being there to study in prestigious universities, it's not something to be proud of, but you feel good when you study somewhere and you feel like I'm getting the best of the best of it. And I feel that it's not easy to study abroad, because first of all, for us, language was not easy, and but we made it where we were. And also when I went to Poland to study, it was also a very different experience altogether. Different from Kenya, different from Tanzania, different from Rome. When I went to Poland, a different exposure. Another one, which is when I started doing fundamental theology, which is a branch of theology that deals with the credibility and liberation of our faith. Something it was source of deepening in this area, and doing apologetics. And I've grown to know that the church is so much great in the sense that it educates its ministers, and we are educated not for showcasing our studies, but for helping the poor people of God to know Him better. Because at the end of the day, with all these titles we achieve, the bottom line is, are you touching the soul of a person? Are you able to reach to that lowest person in the society? And this is how the greatness in the church, and the humility that the studies has taught me, that you don't study for yourself, you study for others, so that they can get that nourishment through you.
Okay. And as for you viewers, probably you may not know this, but on the 20th of this month, being the month of Mary, Blessed Alamano will be canonized, he'll become a saint. And since he's the founder of the Consolata Missionaries, what does he mean to you as a person, and what does he mean to the Consolata Missionaries?
Yeah, we have been waiting for this day for many years, and I remember how many of the congregation members have worked hard to see that our blessed founder is also named among the list of the saints of the church. And 30 years ago, 33 or 34 years ago, that is 1990, when he was beatified by St. John Paul II at Vatican, he was named as a priest and formator of priests and of the missionaries and further to the nations. And with these remarks, for us as the Institute, it is a moment of joy because we know what our founder dreamt of us by telling us that first we have to become saints, then missionaries. He has realized it first, that he's already now named as a saint, not just by proclamation by the church, by the universal church, but also by the lives he has touched through us as the members of the congregation. So on 20th of this month of October, which is the missionary Sunday, that he will be proclaimed a saint, it's first of all a feast for us. We have to feast. We have to live it completely, that our founder is becoming a universal reference of symbols of missionaries. Second, is also a call to so many people who, by the name of Consolata, have come to know Christ. Maybe for us, a larger metropolitan archdiocese of Nyeri, who are evangelized, and so many others wherever Consolata missionaries are in so many parts of this world, in Latin America, in Europe, in Asia, even where we are in the eastern part of Europe, that it is truly the work of our blessed founder that he wished to start this institute, not for himself, but for the greater glory of God, as Ignatius says, that we do everything for the greater glory of God. And it is, and it will be always be remembered that our founder wished that everybody come to know Christ. He was so much in pain when he had so many people are not, they don't know Christ. And that was why he sent the first, found the institute in 1901 and sent the missionaries later on in 1902 to come here in Kenya. And we are the first fruits of this dream of our founder, Blessed Joseph Walamano, that he founded the institute and sent the first missionaries to Kenya, and they did their first evangelization in Kenya, doing their first mass here in Kenya in Tudu, and later proceeded to the archdiocese of Nyeri and found many of the parishes and founded many of the institutions that we have around. So I feel that I'm proud son of Walamano, and I want always to be associated with him, to be Consolata, to console my people, as he put it from the book of Isaiah. Console my people. This is the beauty of it.
Wow. Sijui kama mmesikia yoyote. So now, probably there are people wondering, now that you can speak in Latin, you can speak in Polish, have you forgotten Kikuyu, Kiswahili?
No. You can't forget. First of all, mother tongue. You can't forget mother tongue. After all, you can forget some. You can have problem with the English or Swahili, but mother tongue you never have problem with it, because this is the language that you have drunk from the mother. You have sucked the breast of the mother through this language, so you can't forget it. And wherever I go, I feel like. Even though the difficulties are there sometimes when you read it, but I can't forget about Kikuyu. Sometimes I had to adjust my problem. Like, actually, when you learn Polish, you realize you have different way of pronunciation, and this different way of pronunciation is because the letters in Polish are very different. We have a very difficult ways of pronouncing Polish. There is this sound, and for us Kikuyu we have this problem with these letters, and so it's always difficulties we find. But I'm glad that I can't forget too much. I'm also doing great with the Polish language. It's not easy language actually. If you look among the difficult languages in the list, you'll find Polish is maybe number 4 among the difficult languages. But we are still struggling with it, and we are doing good. We can do something, and we can better it every day. Wow. And this is the secret also of language. You never learn a language completely. There is always a day of improvement. A day of improvement with new languages.
Wow. And now for your mission, where were you sent to?
I will be going back to Poland for my apostolate and other duties that will be assigned to me. Maybe I'll go back to complete my studies, probably yes. And other duties, most likely missionary animation, because this is what it is the area of our interest in where we are. We do missionary animation. And in Poland, we live in we have two communities. And in these two communities, I'll be in one, which is in the capital, Warszawa. And we are three of us. We have Father Luca Bovio, IMC, who is our group leader. And we have Father Moreno Noe from Mozambique, who is also as our economy in the group, is also orienting us. And there is me now, who is going to join the group as a priest. And before I was a deacon, I'll be joining the group as a priest. And we'll join hands to do what we call the missionary animation in our region. And also we have another group, which is in another town, two of them. That is Father Dietrich Sanga from Tanzania and Father Juan Carlos from Argentina. And this we make the missionary team that is working in Poland for now. And we wish to appeal to many young men. If you wish to join, we are 5 of us, and the work is overwhelming. And we wish people to come and join us. And for the sake of evangelization and for the sake of missionary animation, for the people of God and for the people who want to know God more, to come close to Him. And this is the beauty of it. So I'll be going back to Poland on 24th of this month to start a new life, new journey as a priest, and to join my community in Poland, who are eagerly waiting for me. My friends who are always calling me every day, now and then, to ask me when are you coming back, and we will be there soon. One of the things is that Poland is a beautiful country. It's cold, yes, a larger part of it. So I'm enjoying sun here because when I go there, I'll have a very long period of time, maybe almost 3 to 4 months without seeing good sun. And but it's a very beautiful place, calm sea,